always been able to reinvent himself. I don't know how many times have Chris been able to do this and do it to the point to where people go, man, this is a new Chris Jericho.
Not only does every time he changed himself, someone say, oh man, there's a new Chris Jericho, they always say, man, I think this is Chris Jericho's best run that he's had. They say that every time.
Seems that way, so I like exactly, I don't think I've ever heard him say Le Champion. Maybe he has.
He says Le Champion.
I'm talking about before this.
Oh, no.
In the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
Let me hear you say that. A little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. I haven't heard him do any of his new stuff, and it seems like he just seems to tap it. I remember when I first saw him in Japan, and he came out and he had the face paint on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on? He had the hat on and whatnot, the spike jacket. I'm like, what is going on with Chris, man? But it worked, especially over there in Japan. They love the pageantry, man. They love being able to go out and make the fans look at the wrestling so much more than just the wrestling match. It's always, you see something so different when you watch a New Japan big show in the Tokyo Dome. It's going to be somebody coming out dressed so flamboyantly. It's going to be, those, what do you call those little those little things that they fly, when the guys come in the ring, they just come fly in.
Oh, the streamers?
Streamers,
Yeah.
It's going to be a bunch of that kind of stuff. And that's what I think that's what NXT has tapped into also. The pageantry, because when I went and took my son here, when we were downtown, man, it was so awesome to actually see the Kairi Sanes come out and have the intros that was almost bigger than life, almost kind of like Las Vegas-like. And I'm like, man, I think this is what wrestling. I don't think it was something that was missing, but I think it's something that we definitely need.
Yeah. And you think Chris Jericho's keeping that alive as well?
Man, I think so. He's just being able to tap. I think when you. Someone like Chris Jericho, and not someone just like Chris Jericho. I say we got so many young guys out there that just looking to come up. They're looking to find their own niche. They're looking to, literally, create their own identity. And I think if we just set back a little bit and give them the reins, I think they can actually do it. I think overproducing sometimes can actually handcuff, young talent more than. Because I look at Sammy Guevara, and we brought him up a few times, but I look at him when he come out of the curtain, and I'm sure he's been given so much advice from this guy, given advice from that guy, given advice from this guy, but you got to know how to take that advice, and literally manifest it into something that you can actually go out there and use. And I think with these young guys, if we just give them the tools, we just give them the right tools, I think they'll actually figure out what the hammer actually does. I think to actually figure out the screwdriver, if you go to the right, the screw is going in. If you go I think they'll figure it out if we just give them a tool, opposed to just saying, hey, let me do that for you. This is the way it's supposed to be done.
And being a guy who, when you went back to WWE, you were, in the 2011, whatever that was, you were the locker room leader. I think probably it goes without saying that Chris Jericho in AEW right now is a locker room leader.
Yeah.
Whenever you or someone like a Chris Jericho imparts that wisdom on a younger guy, do you think that they absorb it all the time, or do they think, oh man, he's an old guy?
No, they don't, and they really don't. That's why I'm glad I got my school. That's why I'm glad I work with so many young guys and young girls that willing to take that knowledge and then go out there and utilize it, and then find themselves in situations and say, man, okay, that's what he meant, and now exactly.